And the buttons here you see in the WYSIWYG are Microsoft Office familiar buttons. So I don't need to go and explain each button. If you hover over them, it'll tell you what that button is. Something important here, though, is on the drop-down, there's a couple of different modes, I guess you could say, that are available for you. So we have the WYSIWYG, which stands for what you see is what you get, or the filtered HTML. So I grabbed text that had a break in it. So when we go to display that web page, the text is just going to go halfway across the page. So you can go into the filtered HTML mode and remove those breaks so that it goes all the way across the page. That's a good reason to change from WYSIWYG to filtered HTML. Sometimes there's code behind there that you don't see. A trick that we learned yesterday is that one department has their students copy and paste information from pages into a plain text editor, and it will remove all of these characters or code. And then they'll copy and paste that same content, and none of that will display. So that's maybe a shortcut to going in and manually deleting all of this. Also, it's choosy on what kind of HTML it accepts. You can't put in JavaScript. Really, the only tags that you can use are listed right here. So it's not going to allow you to put pink text that blinks or anything like that. It's very simple. Okay? I'm going to change back to the WYSIWYG mode. The only button that might not be familiar because it's not a Microsoft Office type button is this button right here that says Insert Predefined Template Content. And if you turn to page 80 in your guide, you can do basic formatting with our WYSIWYG. And starting on page 80, it will kind of give you a breakdown of what the WYSIWYG is and what it can do. And if you turn to page 82, this button is really explained. So you have the option to do a little bit of text enhancement, and the three options that this button contains is a drop cap that you see in the figure at the very bottom of the page. That L, that's a drop cap. So if you want to put in that, you would just click that button. And then you can do a pull quote, which is what you see in gray if you want to highlight a quote or something. And then a call to action button. So you could do a hyperlink from a button like that. So I'll just click that and show you what it looks like. There's your three options to add those three different formatting tools. Okay? Now, the button next to it is the Add Media button. So there is something to learn from here. I'm going to go ahead and add in an image that is also pre-sized. We'll add in a kitten and click Upload, then Submit. All right, I do need to put my alternate text for this image as well. It looks very similar, if not the same, to the slideshow window. And once I click Save, I will say that if you try to use this drop down, it's not going to do much for you. So I'll show you a different way to kind of position and I wouldn't even say edit at this point, but position your photo. So from here, I'm going to leave it as it is and then click Submit. Oh, why is that broken? Let me reinsert a new image and see why I don't know why that would be a broken image. This didn't happen yet in yesterday's class, so there might be something that they changed for our images. That's not good. Let me just try something from, so you notice there's other options across the top here. My files is going to be all those files that you upload. I'm just going to try pulling something from the group library to see if that makes any difference. Because this is different than yesterday. It was working perfect. Oh, that's different. Okay, so something about my images it doesn't like. Okay, so I got an image to display here. If you click the image and you go to Insert Edit Image, people were asking yesterday, can I wrap text? Can I align it? So you go to the little tree icon, Insert Edit Image, and the Appearance tab, and this will give you an idea of how you can position some of your images. It doesn't allow you to really edit the photo and size it, but that's how you're going to reposition your images, by selecting one of those. Limited features in terms of editing, but we have it on the list to be included in hopefully an enhancement for the future. Something to be added into the WYSIWYG that allows people to edit their images a little bit better. So I'll just go and we'll choose middle, update. All right, so once you have a little bit of content in the body of your web page, you just want to make sure you go down the left-hand side of each content page.